We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of And how are you guys doing this week? I'm telling you, y'all, like, I can't figure out this light for nothing. Like, I don't know, like, what I prefer. Like, sometimes it looks really yellow. Sometimes it looks really white. I don't freaking know. But as long as you can see me, like, I'm trying, honey. And daylight, it's daylight up until what, 2 p.m. How we flowing to the episode. But how was my week? My week has been super duper chill. Like, I actually have been very what's the word? Not progressive this week at all. Like, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. But, you know, not to be TMI, but I mean, my period is coming and I hate, you know, sometimes when people use that as an excuse, but I really get like that. Like, I really be like, I'll be like spaced out. Like I'll really be laying down just staring. Mom blank, like, I'll be like, girl, it like, you need to get up. Like, that's how I felt this week, like a freaking space bot. Like, I'll just be like, cause I'm so tired all the time. So yeah, I've been like super duper tired, and I just don't feel like getting up and doing what I'm supposed to do or whatever. But I have been watching some TV. Hello, good morning. I can stay focused enough to watch a show, so she's in there somewhere. But yeah, a lot of nostalgia. Like the only thing I don't like about these like shows is that it's really showing my age, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when they start doing the reunions and the freaking, I don't know, bringing up all these older artists, it just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. But it's exciting at the same time because I feel like when these artists and these people get older, they're not scared to tell their truth, you know, the older they get. So I get really excited. So I watched the Wu-Tang series this week. I wasn't a really big Wu-Tang fan. They were relatively like when they were out, I was relatively young. But some of they have such a unique sound. And watching the series, I learned that RZA produced basically all their music. And you know how like when one person does a certain thing, they have a specific sound. So one thing about Wu-Tang is if I hear a song, I could tell it's a Wu-Tang song. That's the only thing. Like, I know Protect Your Neck. That was probably the only song I know. And like, maybe some other ones, but I can't name it. But the show was just really, I liked it. I like a good hood flick, you know. Like, it gets a little gangster. It does. But I liked it. I really liked it. I love seeing stories. I'm learning that. I love to see people's journeys. Like, that excites me. It makes me feel inspired, you know, watching them grow up in the projects in Staten Island and selling, you know, dope and drugs and stuff, and but still believing in their dreams and coming out the hood and just it's just that grind. And then they showed the cassette tapes. Oh my god, cassette tapes, VCRs. Oh my god, the struggle. Today's kids will never know. Okay, like, I was looking at them rewinding and fast forwarding the songs, and it was stressing me out. It was giving me whole anxiety, honey. Just imagine having to deal with that. I mean, I was in the cassette era for a very short time. Thank God. But I was just thinking about that, like, if you want to hear a song, you dead gotta rewind it all the way back. You know how you just be playing the song over and over again? Like, but that's the other good thing too about music back in the days is that I feel like that would kind of force you to like listen to a whole album in some ways. Like, I feel like that with CDs. Cause now with streaming, you could, like, if you hear the song just a little bit, shit sound trash, next. Like with CDs, you didn't want to keep changing your CD out, so sometimes you be like, let me just let this album flow, let me listen to different songs on this CD, blase. But yeah, so watching that was kind of cool, just seeing the stories and seeing, like, you know, people go through things and just really still believe in themselves, you know what I'm saying, and just still keep pushing and still keep going. And I just feel like people just work way harder like back then. Then I was watching this thing called Finding. It's called BET's Finding, so I think the show is on BET, but I watch it on YouTube. And it's basically like, no shade, no tea, like one hit wonders go on there. You like they found Jayquan. Remember, everybody in the club get tipsy. Him. They found Jay Holiday. I'm gonna put you to bed. They found Cherry Dennis. Can you see the portrait of love? Funny story. I actually met Cherry Dennis. I don't want to tell that long story. I was in the Sony's Big Brothers Big Sisters, and they picked me to be like her little overshadow girl, like or whatever. And I was just watching her get her makeup done, get ready to perform at the Apple Store in Soho, and it was exciting. I enjoyed it, like seeing a celebrity be a celebrity when she was a celebrity at the time. But yeah, I definitely remember that. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. So they just talk about like celebrities, like that were kind of like one hit wonders. And it's just dope to hear their stories and kind of see like, yo, why the fuck did you fall off? Like, what happened? And with a lot of them, they wanted to be themselves from the beginning, you know. It seems like what the music industry does is they like create you a certain way for a lot of people to love you so that you become mainstream. And then once you become mainstream, you can be whomever you would like. And from what I was seeing, a lot of them went through that, where if they was telling them like, look, dress like this, do that, they was like, I don't want to do that. Even in the Wu-Tang movie, that happened with RZA. And they just couldn't do it. And I was thinking about that because I feel like a lot of these artists, like even if you like Beyonce, Rihanna, they're completely maybe not Beyonce so much, but they're completely different from how they started. So I think they kind of just was like ride it out. So some of your biggest stars probably sometimes can't be their authentic self unless you're like really unique. Nowadays, you probably could come out and be your unique self, and it's like, okay, we accept you because we all love uniqueness now. But yeah, if you get time, watch Finding BET. It's free. It's on YouTube. Wu-Tang series. A lot of people can't handle it. Like my mother, of course, my mother wouldn't be able to handle it. But I feel like when I'm my mother's age, I'll be able to watch hood stuff. Like I'm into that for some weird reason. You know, I grew up in Bed-Stuy in the '90s when it was ghetto as fuck. So I could resonate with some of the ghetto-ness of hoodness on television. I thought about that the other day, but that's a different topic. So yeah, it's the nostalgia for me. Then they got the Wendy Williams biopic coming out. That looks lit. Like I grew up listening to Wendy Williams like as a young girl. You know, I was using my karaoke machine. I would be on the balcony when I was living in Starrett, and I would listen to the Wendy Williams show on the radio. And then she got her show. I remember me and my cousin Michelle watched the first episode. I wanted to watch it, and it had Ray J on it. Yes, I do. I would definitely remember that. I fuck with Wendy Williams, you know. I do. Funny, should I talk about that? Nah, not yet. But yeah. So I just been having a very nostalgic week, a very I'm grown week, that type of week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that on that. That was cute. That was cute. That's what I've been getting into this week. That's been my cup of tea. But yeah, this week, let me tell you what the topic is about. It is getting through the winter blues, right? And the reason why I brought up this topic, a lot of these topics I never did on Brit Says because, like we established, I never filmed during the holidays, during these periodic times. And I think this is like a super important topic or whatever the case may be, because I feel like mad of us go through this, especially this year. I don't know. I've been seeing the memes, and I've been hearing even other people who live in other areas. It's getting darker way earlier than it did back in the day. Like, I feel like it be getting dark at 2 o'clock. I swear to God, like it's 3. It was 3:30. It's already dark in this house. That's why my lighting looking shaky. I might have to start filming Britt Says at 8 a.m. Something has to give, like for real. But yeah, it's 3:55. But I was playing with this light since about 3:40, 3:30. Not joking. I'm not even trying to be funny. But yeah. So it's been getting dark really early. That's early if you think about it. Like 3 o'clock. What the fuck is a 3 o'clock? Like 3:30, 3:44, 4 p.m. Like I feel like back in the day it used to get dark at 5. And even 5 is like Zam. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is scientifically proven that, you know, light brings out endorphins in us and it gets us excited. When you see brightness, brightness elicits a certain emotion that darkness doesn't. And I don't like talking about it, but it's true, you know. Dark can be somber. We're not talking about skin. We're talking about darkness, like when the lights go off. Because, you know, that type of darkness we call melanin. It brings good energy. So, I don't know. I gotta stop with this light. Like, I have to. Like, we have to give up on the lighting. I like that better. We have to stop with the light, girl. It's the lighting for me. I've been watching too much Baddie Twins. They be saying for me for everything. It's the da-da-da for me. But anyway, so in my findings, a lot of the articles relayed back to, now I'm getting annoyed. I'm so annoying. I am so sorry. All right. A lot of the articles relayed back to SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. So I felt it was important for me to make a disclaimer that I am not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I thought, because I've heard of seasonal affective disorder. Yes, that is something I have heard of. I am very aware of. But I just call it the winter blues. I'm not saying that seasonal affective disorder is not a thing. It definitely is a thing. But I just call it the winter blues. Like, I feel like a lot of people just naturally, we get happy and we're more giving because of the holidays. But when those holidays end, in between those periodic times, we kind of feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I call it the winter blues or the winter funk. So I'm talking about that type of energy, because you can have seasonal affective disorder in any season. What sometimes seasonal affective disorder does, from my readings, like I said, I'm no professional, it's like, let's say you had maybe in the spring, like from April, May, June, 3 losses, or you got bad news, or you always go through breakups, or you lost a job or something around that time. Like some people, like, I feel like that. I don't want to get too big into that, but some people, like, they've experienced so much trauma and so much loss and certain adversities around certain times that it creates the seasonal affective disorder, because they experienced something so traumatic in that season. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually another way that people get that. But I wasn't that's why first I was like, should I talk about this topic? But I don't want to talk about it in a psychiatric well, it is gonna be therapeutic way. But yeah, it is. Most of the articles that I found kind of relayed back to SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. So you know, before every topic, what we like to do, we like to expand our minds. And in an article on hercampus.com, it's more than just a winter funk, written by Hannah Derby, states, when you think of what the winter time brings, you may think of holiday spending time with loved ones in a possible snow, if you're lucky. It's a time that many people look forward to, but for some, the dark and cold winter days are nothing to be merry about. Seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, is something that affects many people every year, but rarely gets discussed. If so many people are finding their mood altered by this unfortunate disorder, why are we choosing to dismiss the symptoms? Symptoms of SAD to look for: feeling depressed almost all of the time, lack of interest in activities you once enjoyed, finding yourself with little energy, having problems sleeping, having changes in your appetite or weight, feeling agitated or dull, having difficulty concentrating, feeling worthless or guilty, having frequent thoughts of death or suicide. Symptoms specific to winter onset SAD: sleeping too frequently, changes in appetite, especially craving high carb foods, gaining weight, extreme low energy. So like I said, when I was thinking of this topic, yes, I do know of seasonal affective disorder, but I kind of just want to, if you feel like those type of symptoms, I would prefer you go get professional help and things like that. When I thought of the topic, I was just thinking of more of a simplistic, fun way to just maybe not get to that point. Does that make sense? Because you could kind of be there, but you're not there yet. So yeah, let's jump into the topic. So for me, I feel like I always tell people I hate winter. I don't just hate winter because it gets dark early. I generally I don't mind being cold, but I don't like being brutally cold. Okay? I don't like, when I used to work in retail, I just don't like the behavior of how people shop during the holidays. I don't like snow, to be honest. Like, it's pretty, but it's a lot. Like, you gotta shovel out your car. I know some of you who live in like states where everybody has a drive-through and you guys have parking lots. That's not something you deal with probably. Well, if you have a drive-through, your car can still get snowed in. So, but mostly like people with what's that called? Am I crazy? A lot? A garage. You park in a garage or whatever. But yeah, in New York City, we all parallel park. Our cars get snowed in. And while I live with Femi or whatever, so he probably can help me shovel out my car. I used to live with my father, and he still ain't helped me shovel out my car. He helped me a little bit. But for the most part, when he first told me, like, if we get you a car, you ready to shovel out your car out the snow, blah, blah, blah. Like, just trying to, But that's one thing I hate, having to shovel my car out the snow. Driving in the snow, like when it's sleeting, I don't like that. So honestly, the list is not looking good. I named about a few things. It's looking shaky. So I just feel like it's a lot. It's stressful. Like, I feel like, you gotta wear the big coats and the jackets over your nice outfits, and you just gotta bundle up and wear mad stuff. You putting on a jacket, put on a scarf, put on a hat. I got these long braids. The other day I was joking, like, I got a scarf. Bitch, I am about slow as they come. You hear me? I have a whole scarf. You feel me? I was joking around in the house the other day and realized that. But anyway, it just requires a lot of you. That's how I feel. Like, summertime, you just get up and you go. Like, you could throw on a maxi, some sandals, hair, makeup, bye. Like, or you just throwing on clothes. Like, summertime, you just do out the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's sunny till like 8:30 sometimes, if you get lucky. But mostly till like 8:05. And the energy is just different. Like, I remember, like, even when I moved back to Brooklyn, like, just seeing people always outside, like, especially with COVID, a lot of people will say jobs. So people just literally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just out barbecuing, cooking food, jamming to music every day, 7 days of the week. It wasn't a weekend thing. Like, if they felt like barbecuing on a Tuesday, they would barbecue on a Tuesday. So I just love that energy of the summertime. And you don't really get that in the wintertime or whatever the case may be. So I wouldn't say I get depressed. I would say I get kind of like a funk. You know what I'm saying? Because, and it's such a big transition. It's like it goes from summer to fall to winter, you know. But it's just a lot. It's a lot to grasp in, and a lot of people deal with it, you know. And I think for me, I used to deal with it a lot. Before, like I'm known for hating winter, but this year I have my own issues, so I can't really be mad about the weather per se, because I have so much other bigger things on my plate. And I don't really have to go outside that much if I don't choose. Like if it's a snowstorm, I don't have to go outside if I don't want to. But either way, I think one of the top ways, you know, just not to worry about it is, you know, go out in the day. Some people have to go to work though, so by the time you finish with work, you can't even go out. It's the COVID just came and just, COVID came and just shook us up, honey. You hear me? I think one of the top ways to deal with it is like getting some fresh air. Do fun activities in the house. Like I like having my lights on. Maybe that's why I'm so obsessed with the lighting today. Like do things in your house. It's so much fun stuff to do in the house. Like I think we slept on the inside of our house until COVID. Because in the beginning of COVID, I was a wreck. But by now, I'm like, sis, it is what it is. Shit, maybe y'all start a YouTube channel. I was just telling my friend, like, I've been checking out these newbies. I'm not feeling the newbies. Some people not feeling me. I don't have that much views and stuff like that. But still, I mean, do that. You know, this is therapeutic for me. I work out at home. I don't even go to the gym. Did I talk about that last week? Yeah, I work out at home. You know, but it's working out too is not only about losing weight. Like me, I really need to lose weight. For some of y'all need to lose weight, but doing that workout at home is actually mad fun. Like we sleep, you know, just on YouTube having like workout, because you could do like a hip hop dance, you could do an African beast dance. Like that stuff is fun. At least to me. You will get tired. You will break a sweat. Because I was in here tired. My back was hurting. I'm out of shape, honey. But, you know, cooking. You know, I'm home. I do not work. I definitely got laid off. And, I do so much stuff in the house. It's unbelievable. Like, it's literally unbelievable. Like, who I was in the beginning of this and who I am now. Like, I be telling people like, yo, I got things to do. Like when I write these things down on a list, you'd be surprised how much stuff you have to do. Like if you create things for yourself to do. Like obviously Sundays I film Brit Says, which is like a pet peeve of mine. I would prefer to film it maybe in the middle of the week, but I don't know why I do it every Sunday. It's so annoying since it comes out Monday. But that's between me and myself. So that's something I do, you know, on Sundays. I watch sermons every day. I try to work out every day. Keyword try. But those things take up time. You know, or getting ready for Brit Says takes up time. I'm editing. I edit the videos for Brit Says on Sundays. But the clips I put on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, _Britstagram. I actually do those on the day of or whatever. Which, another thing I don't quite prefer doing. Shows like when I discovered Finding BT, and I understand technically people would say, well, working out is not productive, but watching TV is unproductive. It's about what you watch, and it's about how you take in things that you watch, right? Like I told you, I watch Finding on BT, right? That's television, that's entertainment. I could watch that and just, you know, and only grab the gossip from it. Like, oh, Jaquan turned into a one-hit wonder because he spent all his money on something. I don't remember his finding that much, but he actually never really said why he fell off, but whatever. That's not the case. I was more inspired from his beginning to where he got into the music industry. I'm so inspired by their drive. So it's about how you grasp things too. During this time, I think, you know, so if you're watching things, you know, pay attention to what you watch. try to, you know, chill with the drinking. If you smoke, chill with the smoking. If you do other things, I would prefer you stop doing it altogether. You know, try to, you know, drink your water, keep busy. It's so many things to do that are sometimes I say semi-productive, because, you know, watching TV all day is not 100% productive. Because like let's say you are literally watching inspiring things, but you're not doing anything to gain from that. Does that make sense? Like, you could sit up and read inspirational quotes all day, but if you're not putting them to good use, then what the fuck does it all mean? You feel me? So yes, watching TV, inspiring shit all day is irrelevant if you're not putting in the work. You feel me? Like, you know, it's still pointless. Yes. Even if you can sit up here and watch a sermon all day, you can sit up here and watch inspirational stuff all day. You can watch, I don't know. But if you're not doing anything with that information, it is unproductive. Unfortunately, I'm here to spread you the news. Like, so I think that often gets confused, and getting up and doing things and trying to push yourself to do the things that you're inspired by is something that will get you through, you know, a seasonal depression. I know some of you are still working. Don't consume yourself with work. Not like that. Do your job. I know some of you like, oh, I go to work, by the time I get home, I'm mad tired. And I get that. Been there. But what are you doing on your ride to work? Like, one thing I do miss about taking, you know, the train, taking public transportation, was I felt way more productive when I took the train, because the train rides were so long. Like, if it was a 2-hour train ride, now it's a 45-minute ride for me. But on those train rides, I would read. I can't read and drive. Yeah, everybody keeps telling me about Audible, but reading a book and listening to it is such a different experience, at least for me. You know, so when you're on your ride to work, what are you listening to? Are you only listening to the radio? Do you want to listen to Audible? Listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Try to wake up earlier before work. Make breakfast. Cooking is very, you know, relaxing. It's all about keeping yourself busy to get through the winter blues. I feel like, and even in the darkness, you're creating light, right? I understand that we're tired after work, because I'm talking about the stuff I'm saying mostly relates to people who are home, right? So let's talk about the working people. Shout out to the working people. Shout out to the essential workers. Shout out to the non-essential workers that still are working. If you work, you feel like, yo, I work, I'm drained by the end of all of it. I get it. But if you do indeed have something you would like to do, you have to do it. You know, we all got to play the cards that we are dealt. So if you create excuses, and look, let me tell you, I've been there. I am not perfect. But if we create excuses for everything, this is life. Like I said, a lot of these people that I've been watching, you know, they was doing this and doing that, but they was still chasing their dreams. So whatever you want to do. And when I say dreams, so not all of us want to be, I don't freaking know, big and shining lights. Maybe something as small as wanting to lose weight and stuff. Get up and do it. You know, maybe you want to go back to school or something. Go to school now. It's easy to get in, bitch. Honestly. But, you know, try to go back to school, you know, get things done. Maybe you need to make a doctor's appointment. You know how it be. You know, I'm queen right now of having to go to the doctor after everything I've been through. But those things keep me busy. Just keeping up to tabs with like, oh, okay, I got a doctor's appointment on December 8th and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, make sure you know, scheduling your appointments. You go and see a doctor's appointments and you checking up on your health and stuff like that. Those are the things that's going to get you through the winter blues. When you find out like, yo, they say your blood pressure is looking good, those things uplift your spirit, right? When you go to the doctor and they say, you looking good, you looking healthy, all I need you to do is just eat a little more greens to build up your iron, blah, blah, blah. But you're good to go. I'll see you next year. Those are small things that could like really just uplift your spirit. So, you know, try to do those things. Try to just, I don't want to say keep yourself busy. Just keep yourself inspired, motivated maybe. Like, I'm trying to find the right word. Like, just things that keep you going. You need to find things that keep you going. I don't want to say keep you busy because you can keep yourself busy in many ways. I want to say things that keep you just going as a person. Like, there's a difference from being busy and being you. Like, just living in such a beautiful way. It's two different spectrums, if that makes sense. Like, it's very different. Being busy, you could keep busy by doing a leap of bullshit. Let's be honest. Like, you could just be obsessing over work, making up new tasks at work. You could cook, but just be cooking tons of food. You can I don't freaking know, watch TV, but you're watching bullshit all day, right? And like I said, you're grasping nothing from it. But when you're doing stuff for you, you're being you. You're cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner. You're reading books that are inspiring. You're just doing shit casually. Like, get into I don't like it, and it's pissing me off because actually Femi told me the other day I need a routine. But yes, you need to get into a routine. I have a routine a little bit, but I just fall off of my routine. Look, I can be honest, you know, I am not 100% perfect. Like I said last week, I definitely fell off. And we all have bad days, bad weeks. Prayers, we don't have bad months. Having bad months are not good, because a month is 30 days, bitch. You down? Because you know it says, what do they say? Doesn't it say 28? Or is it 21 or 28 days to create a habit? Or whatever, something like that. If you do something for 21 days or 28 days. I'm not sure, but yeah, so if you slack for a month, it might be hard to pick back up. I mean, I've done it. I've picked back up in a month, 3 months. It's something you rather not do, though. Like, if anything, try to keep consistent on your path. Though it's hard because we got to deal with life. Life might throw something at you, and it might throw you all the way off course. And it's just like, how do you pick up from there? That's an episode in itself. When life throw you off course and you got to pick back up, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you. But, to get through the winter blues, I just feel like, you know, make sure your heater's on. I'm so dead ass though. But, you know, make sure it's feeling, you know, nippy. Get you some hot chocolate. Make you some coffee or some tea. And just find what you like. Because I feel like I say certain things in here that I like. I don't know what you guys like. Maybe you guys like making music. Maybe you guys like taking pictures. What else is like? Maybe you guys like drawing, designing, like whatever you like, do it. Even if you don't want to do it as a career, like let's be 100%. I think I said this in one of my videos. Like, I watch some of these celebrities, and especially this year, whew, and I get scared at the thought of, you know, fame and notoriety by just the way they live, and just how, just the stuff people say to them. And, you know, I get nervous. So let's be clear. You can have a gift and you can keep it to yourself. Maybe that's not your purpose, is to do it on such a big scale, but you love it. If you love something, you should probably, you know, do it, you know. Ooh, that's rough. I mean, you'll figure it out. God knows us before we were even in the womb, so he has a plan. It is written. You know, I just want to make sure, you know, just do stuff you like. Keep yourself going, not busy. Keep yourself going in order to get through the winter blues. Summer will be here before you know it. Even spring is lit too. We sleep on spring. Over here in New York, our winters are very long. Like it stays kind of cold up until like end of March, early April sometimes. So yeah, but once we get that spring weather, we get so excited. That's slept on. Spring is very slept on. That first like 55-degree day is heavily slept on. Like, oh my gosh, spring is here. Like the first day of spring, I think, is a higher moment than the first day of summer, because it's like, it's a feeling like, oh, I think it's such a, like, things are changing, you know, it's a transition, because like it is a big transition. It is, it really is. You know why I say that too? Because I feel like, all right, from summer to, because like it goes from fall to winter, and fall is a little gloomy, so it's like a helpful, it's like a smooth transition into winter. But winter to spring, that's kind of a big transition. It's such a change, and it makes you feel like change is coming. That's why I feel like people start doing spring cleaning and things. Like, I feel like spring is so slept on. Like that first day where it's like, ooh, I could put on a jeans jacket, like when it's really sunny, I think it's bigger than the first day of summer, because it's such a bigger change from winter. And it just shows you, I feel like it's not said, but I think psychologically it shows you like things get better, there's change, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Like if the time can go from dark and snowy to flowers blooming, like you go from seeing a naked ass tree to seeing those pretty little pink, y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, but I hate spring only for allergies. But those pretty little pink flowers, y'all know what I'm talking about, and then the pollen starts growing on it. Spring is slept on, baby. Spring is slept on, baby. Big slept on. Yes, I think spring is just, it just shows you how beautiful life really is. When you see a naked tree, like I love that time. And then you see just the flowers starting to grow on it, and then the flowers eventually turns to leaves in the summer. That's fucking dope. That is dope. So yes, I think spring is big slept on. That first day when it's sunny as a bitch, yes, it's heavily slept on. And that day will come, you know. When you're in the winter blues, think like, depending on where you live, for me, I would say, look, you only got to deal with 4 months of this shit, because March be kind of cold. Like I think April is when we really get spring, at least in New York. I don't know about other states, but just think of that too. Like 3 months go by kind of fast, you know what I'm saying? 3 to 4 months go by kind of fast. Like December, January, February, March. Like that's what I said. We gonna get through this. 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 Just keep telling yourself that, you know. You're gonna get through this. Like, it's 3 months, it's not your whole life, you know. You can bear through the winter blues. You can do this. It's a short time in your life, literally. It's a quarter of the year. Like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. You could do this. Like, that's another thing too. If you feel like, just know it eventually ends. Literally. It literally eventually ends. You know, even with this, you know, with COVID, it's like, damn, this shit really went on for what, 9 months? It literally took up our year, which is kind of scary. But I'm a believer that things eventually do end. This will be something that we look back on, and it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? But it eventually ends. And I remind myself that all the time too with COVID. Like, we eventually get through things. There's things we always get through, you know. These things, this too shall pass, you know. We do. I know that firsthand, you know. You eventually fully recover. Maybe not mentally, but physically, you know. I will be able to look at New York City and people are outside in Manhattan, unfortunately, will be able to gather again. Maybe with a mask. I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is. Will we not wear a mask again? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Because I'm like, you want to go to the club with a mask on? Like, let's be honest. Like, but, it's interesting. I don't know. Like, all these things eventually end. That's another way to look at the winter blues. It's like, winter eventually ends. Isn't that beautiful, though? To know that eventually, like they say, if people always say, sometimes you go through things for a season. That was a season. That's what seasons are. They're very temporary, You went through a season of pain. You know how people say that term. You went through a season. Or people come in your life either for a season or a reason. You hear those things. And that's really what, could get you through the winter blues. Is just know you're going through a season. And you'll bounce back from it. And you'll get up from it. That's kind of a dope analogy. Hello, good morning, Britt says. Yes. You'll bounce back from certain things. It's just winter. And don't let the darkness get to you. Darkness is beautiful. Like, look at me. But, yeah, for real though, I mean, just because it's dark outside, the moon is still pretty, the stars are still pretty. Shout out to people who live in the South and stuff, and you can see the stars like clear as day. Have you guys ever looked at the stars? Like, you guys need to visit an area. If you do live in an area with a lot of like sky rises, high rises, you need to like go down south or upstate and just look at the stars. It's the most beautiful thing ever. But shit, do that to get through the damn winter. You know what I'm saying? Stars are so beautiful. Ugh, gorgeous. You hear me? That's making me want to just go down south just for that. Like, dead ass. I'm not even playing. Like, for real. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, nighttime is a dope time too. Bitch, I want demon time. Nah, but nighttime is lit. Let's be honest, it could get lit or whatever. We sleep on nighttime. Nighttime not so bad. You be in a club in the night when the world was open, or if you live in Atlanta or Florida, wherever, where the clubs are still open, right? The best shows come on at night. Like, hello. The best shows come on at night. The moon is kind of dope. There's mad different moons: full moon, crescent moon, half moon. Yeah. What's that red moon called? The red moon. That's probably it. Nighttime is like your chill time too. You get to wear your PJs, light some candles, get comfortable. Nighttime is too a representation, depending on what time you work, of just a closing day. Like, you made it through the day. Look at that. Yeah, it's got dark early, but don't want to get dark though too. You kind of think of like, oh, the day is almost over, right? So like, look, you got through the day. Look at it like that. When it hit 4, you made it through the day quite early, bitch. Unlike in freaking summertime, you feel like the day going on for mad long and shit. And you like, this day is getting worse and worse because people be goofing around. People be goofing around in the day too. Day is slept on. People be doing a lot of dumb shit in the day, and then stuff be getting stretched out for much longer than it does in the winter time. You know what I'm saying? So people be stressing you out longer in the summer because the sun is out and shit. So, just look at it like, I made it through the day. It's 4 o'clock. Time to get home. Blase. So you can get through the winter blues. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on darkness. Don't sleep on the nighttime. Nighttime is a movie as well. And we do mad fun. You have movie night, game night. It's mad night stuff that we live. Because you talking about team nighttime, team sun going down at 4. Nah, nighttime do be lit. Like, nighttime do be lit. So let's get hype about night coming early, bitch. And you get to be in the house. You gotta stay indoors. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of, especially if you want to do activities, if that's your Achilles heel, that's what you hate about winter. You could do stuff in your house. You can have a little game night. You hear game night. What's up? Slumber party, you know, for my young ones. And the older ones, I be seeing y'all doing those type of things for your birthdays and stuff. Yeah, nighttime is still lit. And you could do some dope stuff in your house and get real creative and save mad breado. Big facts. Order some pizza. Decorate. If you want to cook, hey, what's up? You know, and make it cute and mad feng shui. And the other thing about being in the house too is I feel like you could cut up differently, right? Like when people do house parties and stuff, don't you feel like the house parties be way more ratchet than like a club party, right? Because of the house, when you at a house, you feel like you are different. Like you feel like you in a comfortable environment sometimes. Of course, if you don't know the house you at or the person. But if you hang with people you know, you like, I'm at the house, you start chilling on the couch, you start moving funny, you know, you start doing your thing. Look at me. Hey, I'm in the crib. I'm at the place. I'm at the spot. Hey. It's different, yo. We be sleeping on the night, dead ass. We gonna get through the winter blues this year, bitch. Hey, get your winter gear ready. Get your winter events ready. You feel me? Dead ass. Don't sleep on demon time, baby. Yes, 4 o'clock, darkness. What's up? Movie night, 4. Now you can have your movie night earlier and have people out your house earlier if you into that. Hello, good morning. We need to make something that's called lunch and dinner. You know how they got breakfast and lunch called brunch? They need to do something in a... Wait till the word open, bitch. They need to do something that is lunch and dinner so that people could go to this in the wintertime, because you don't really do brunch too much. Like, people do, well, brunch is lit. Brunch is lit all year round. But we do need to come up with a lunch dinner where you kind of out in the night, but you still get to go home early. They need to come up with something like that for real. Big facts. Because sometimes people can't even go to brunch. Like, people be having stuff to do. And having, like, a lunch dinner is helpful for people, too. For businesses as well, because people go to work, but they can still probably make it to lunch dinner. Dinner. Is it called dinner? Can we do dinner or should we do dunch? Dunch? That's dinner and lunch, by the way, guys. Or dinner. I'm going to a little dinner. Dinner sound like, I don't know. Dunch sound like a dunce, so we can't do that. Dinner? What's the other thing called supper? So what about lupper? No, I like lupper. But supper, it sounds really like old school. Like, it's giving me slavery vibes. I can't do supper. Like, when I hear people say supper, I'm thinking of like the olden times. We could do dinner. I'm here for linners. Like, I'll go to any linner. I don't do brunch no more. I do straight linners. Starting 2021, we only doing linners. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Period. Dead ass. They need to come up with that. That's how these businesses are going to get money, though. Honestly, let's talk about it, because y'all need to come up with an event that you could do every single day. And you can do dinner every day because people come out of work. Or they call those after work parties too. But a lot of time people don't want to go to after work parties because they don't have a job. Broke people don't like to attend those type of events. People with regular jobs. Like sometimes even if you have a job, you don't feel comfortable going to after work events because after work events are very businessy, very stushy, like ugh. Like, we want something for all people. Like, you know, like your bougie ratchets and your bougies and your ratchets. Dinner. I think dinner is a thing, though. I think I've heard that term. No cap. But I'm coining it. And I said what I said. So, not only have we come up with ways to get through the winter blues, we're coming up with ideas, we're being innovative. And yes, I hope this episode was helpful because it was helpful for me, personally. Yes, I'm sorry about the lighting. Is that look at me, still mad about the lighting at the end of the damn episode. I mean, it is what it is. This light, you know, it grew on me. This ring light. I still do want a new ring light. I bought a new one. Look, it changed colors, y'all. Y'all see it? I am slow as hell. Yes. Anyway. In the midst of it all, guys, I hope you guys get through the winter blues. Watch this episode over and over again. Also, another episode that can help you is definitely the holiday episode. I bring up I bring up ways to deal with people during the holidays. But I think there's some stuff in there to get you through the holidays too. Get you through the winter blues. But yeah, I hope this episode was helpful. I had so much fun filming it. And I will see you guys next week.